know this stage, okay? The emotions are overwhelming you. Just find that one thing inside of you that makes you strong.
We know full well there's just time.
Just latch onto it. Channel everything you're feeling into that one emotion.
So is it wrong to dance this life?
Find the thing inside of you that makes you want to live.
If your heart was full of love,
Let it in. Let it in.
would you
You're gonna be
give it up? Don't give me up.
Please don't go away. Please. No one's ever stuck with me for so long before.
Don't give me up.
Walking down those steps was like walking into a new reality. Each step you took brought you closer and closer to the truth. Feeling the need to make my first steps in Tanzania memorable, I said, "This is one small step for man, one giant leap for Michaela Parr." We said hello to Mother Africa for Mr. Beale as she welcomed us.
We don't know how we feel.
And so we started our new beginning, one of which would be a journey that would last a lifetime.
Though that's not the way it seems.
We thought we understood, but as soon as we stepped foot in Tanzania, we realized that we didn't. It was for this reason I was instructed to open a letter reading, "One of the greatest things I learnt while abroad was that ignorance is not bliss, it is destructive. Knowledge, however, is power. Learn all that you can, allow it to fuel your mind and body to do great things. Let every experience shake you to your core with its imperfections and lessons." There we were, 24 students all here for different reasons, yet we were connected as one. They kept telling us guests were blessings, but I've never felt more blessed than being a part of their lives. Immediately thrown into their culture, we knew that this was going to be something special. Church, being one of the first places exposed to their culture, left a permanent mark in our hearts. It was there we were privileged enough to meet Father Renatus Karamuna. After teaching us to think for others, and that we are always alive, Father Renatus claimed the title of most influential person on my trip to Engutukoiti. Dance and sing in church as if you were dancing and singing to God himself, is what he told us. And so we did. And so did everyone else, which created this bond that connected us, and I will never forget that. Each night, an activity was held which enlightened us to the things we didn't know we didn't know. It was then we were enlightened upon the true end goal. With each location, Free the Children inhabits, they have the ultimate goal with leaving behind education, clean water and sanitation, health, alternative income and livelihood, and agricultural and food security.
Heaven and earth have finally aligned.
A moment I can only describe as true happiness. When you see their smiles, when you feel their touch, and when you realize you're just two strangers, but there's so much love.
It's like a moonbeam brushed across my face. Nights are good.
You overcome the language barrier. You overcome your differences. Then everything in that moment becomes so real.
La la la. You make a girl go, ooh, I'm in love, love. Did you see that shooting star tonight? Were you dazzled by the same constellation? Did you and Jupiter conspire to get me? I think you and the moon and Neptune got it right. 'Cause now I'm shining bright, so bright, bright, so bright. And I see colors in a different way. You make what doesn't
On the way back from the water walk, I met a boy by the name of Joseph, who allowed me to experience what being a true teacher felt like, and feeling equal joyfulness through his successes.
You make me sing ooh, la la la. You make a girl go ooh, I'm in love.
Brooke McKay once said, "You're going to go in there thinking about how much you're going to help them and how you're going to share all your knowledge that you have to offer, but you're wrong. They're going to help you." And that's okay, because that's just a part of the ignorance of our culture. But know that they're going to teach you, and they're going to make you question things that are going to permanently take a place in your heart because they helped you when you thought they needed the help.
And I get lost in your eyes.
Aristotle said that humans are born good, and I always believed that. But going to Tanzania was making it seem real, and it was proof that those people were purely filled with goodness. I experienced having the danger of a single story, and I thought these people had nothing. But when I got there, all they wanted to do was give me the very little that they had, and it made me realize that they have everything that they need, and we just have excessive amounts of things we don't. Marissa was kind enough to share a quote with me from Mother Teresa, reading, "Let us not be satisfied with just giving money. Money is not enough, money can't be got, but they need your heart to love them. So spread your love everywhere you go."
My house in Budapest, my hidden treasure chest, golden grand piano, my beauty focused EOU. Ooh, I'd leave it all.
Father and Antis told us to sing and dance, and so we sang, and then we danced, and we sang some more, danced some more, and it took down those barriers that were holding us back from each other.
Ooh, I'd leave it all. For you, ooh, I'd leave it all. Give me one good reason why I should never make a change. Baby, if you owe me, then all of this will go away. My many artifacts, the list goes on. If you just say the words, I'll up and run onto you.
When Quincy was in a refugee camp in Kenya, she was privileged enough to meet a nun by the name of Mary Frances, who told her a story that I think applies to all of us, and it goes like this. Deep within a forest, where many, many animals lived, there was a forest fire, and all the homes of all these animals burned down to the ground, and all the animals started running away, but the hummingbird that lived in this forest flew as fast as it could to the lake, got some water in its little beak, flew back to the fire and spit on it, then flew back to the lake, flew back to the fire, and just kept spitting little bits of water on it. And eventually a jaguar stopped the hummingbird and said, "Why are you doing this? You're not making a difference in the fire. You're not going to put it out." And the hummingbird said, "I may not be able to put out the fire, but at least I tried." While in Tanzania, we're enlightened upon the knowledge of perennial traditions. And perennial traditions is defined as the views of each of the world's religious traditions shared as a single story, a universal truth on which the foundation of all religious knowledge and doctrine has grown. And a quote often associated with this is, "There is a divine reality underneath and inherent in the worlds of things. There is in the human soul a natural capacity, similarity, and longing for this divine reality. And the final goal of existence is union with this divine reality." And I think we can all agree that this appeared to be true when we were in Tanzania. Throughout the semester, we talked often about MDGs, and I think arriving in Engutukoiti made that seem like a reality, and it made me realize that we do need to eradicate extreme poverty and hunger, and we do need to achieve universal primary education, and we have to promote gender equality and empower women, and we need to reduce child mortality, and we have to improve maternal health. We need to improve HIV, AIDS, and malaria and all those other diseases. We have to ensure environmental sustainability is there, and as our trip came to an end, it marked the end of the high school career for some of us as well. So Josh, Adam, Mitchell, Will, Reese, Jane, Allie, Alda, Teresa, and myself, as we come to graduate, as you guys know, we need to meet the Ontario Catholic grad expectations. If we didn't meet them before we left for Tanzania, I can promise you after we met Father Renantis, we definitely did. And it's safe to say we are all discerning believers formed in the Catholic faith, and we are all an effective communicator. We sang and danced our hearts out at church. We're all a reflective and creative thinker, a self-directed, responsible, lifelong learner, a collaborative contributor, and a caring family member. Whether it be the 5 pillars for Free the Children, or the MDGs, or even the Ontario grad expectations, Tanzania made it very clear that we can make a difference, and we need to make a difference. On that note, it's time to say goodbye. And I'm going to end off by saying, remove nothing from the park except nourishment of the soul, consolation for the heart, and inspiration for the mind. Sawa? Sawa. I'll see you again, my home away from home.